So welcome to Tactx, and in this video we're going to be looking at Manchester United's high pressing performance problems, and we're going to focus on press 1. So before we move on to the performance problems, let's have a look at what the high press 1 looks like. Now we call this a low risk, low reward press, and it's purely focused around your central forward trying to press and lock the opposition in down one side of the pitch. The objective of the team is to become compact horizontally and force the opposition wide. The near side wide forward role and responsibility is to screen the pass into the 11 and show into the 3. The opposite side wide forward, the 11, is about closing in to make sure we maintain that 44 metres horizontally. Now, Manchester United have a tendency of allowing the opposition to switch the play when they're using press 1, which then sets up a few performance problems. So let's have a look at performance problem 1. So when the ball's being switched and the 9's out the game, you can see that there's a 3v2 scenario. So they're right centre back, and right forward against our left back and left forward. Now if the opposition use a 2-man rotation, so the 7 rolling inside and the 2 advancing, Manchester United have a tendency for their wide forward to hold the position and the fullback to track inside. This then allows the opposition to play one ball forward and take the 2 out the game. The second part of the problem is now that Manchester United centre-backs have to cover big distances across the pitch. So they have to shift and try to secure the space below the ball. And we don't feel Manchester United have the physical attributes to deal with this scenario. So let's have a look at performance problem 2. So as we can see, Manchester United's wide forward is slightly wider, so they're not screening and showing wide, so they're allowing that pass into the 7. But the issue is the wide forward still holds their position, which then allows the opposition to play a clean link pass into the fullback. And you'll see as the ball is played and they advance, Manchester United end up with equal numbers on their defensive line again. So it's all due to the left forward not cutting out that pass or tracking back. And like we mentioned in the first performance problem, we don't feel that Manchester United have the physical attributes to deal with this scenario with equal numbers on their defensive line. And finally, let's have a look at performance problem 3. So it's the same scenario as performance problem 1, where the opposition's fullback has advanced up the pitch and the wide forwards rolled in. But this time, Manchester United's wide forward has tracked the fullback, which is the right action to deal with this scenario. The main problem with this is Manchester United's wide forwards are not comfortable defending in deep areas and have a tendency to get beat easy. Alongside that, the physical demands for your wide forward to do this is really high, which means then you start to fatigue and you lose that quality when you get higher up the pitch. And if you're wanting to see how we deal with these performance problems, make sure you check out these 3 practices that we've designed and used ourselves. And that's a technical practice which is more isolated and focused around the wide forward and what we expect from them in this scenario. We move it into a skill practice where we're working on the connection between the fullback and the wide forward, more moving parts, more decisions to be made. And then we finish off with a game practice where we're working as a team. And finally, I just want to finish on by saying thank you for watching and hopefully you enjoy.